Waking up with Mia. Every morning when the sun rises, Mia wakes up to start her day. She hears the sound of her alarm clock buzzing next to her bed. With a yawn, she stretches her arms and slowly opens her eyes. It's time to wake up and begin a brand new day. Mia gets out of bed and walks over to her window. She opens the curtains and lets the bright sunlight fill her room. The morning light brings warmth and energy, making Mia feel ready for the day ahead. Next, Mia walks into the bathroom to freshen up. She brushes her teeth with minty toothpaste and splashes her face with cool water. Mia loves how refreshed and clean she feels after taking care of her morning routine. Afterwards, Mia heads to the kitchen to have breakfast. She loves starting her day with a healthy meal. She pours a bowl of crunchy cereal and adds some cold milk. She also loves having a glass of orange juice to give her energy for the day. With a full stomach, Mia goes back to her room to get dressed. She chooses a comfortable outfit, a pair of jeans and a colorful t-shirt. She always makes sure to wear her favorite pair of sneakers to keep her feet happy during the day. Now that Mia is ready, she grabs her school bag and heads out the door. She walks to the bus stop and waits for her school bus to arrive. As she stands there, she listens to her favorite music on her headphones, enjoying the melodies and feeling excited about the day ahead. When the bus finally comes, Mia hops on and finds a seat. She enjoys looking out of the window during the ride, watching the trees and buildings pass by. Sometimes, she even says, "Good morning," to the other passengers, making new friends on her journey to school. Finally, Mia arrives at school and steps off the bus. She walks through the gates, feeling a sense of anticipation. Today will bring new adventures, new lessons to learn, and new friends to make. Mia is excited to open her mind and embrace the opportunities that each day brings. And so, with a smile on her face, Mia starts her school day. She knows that every morning is a chance for growth and discovery. With each new day, Mia becomes wiser and more confident in herself. She is ready to show the world what she is capable of and make every day count. So, my friends, remember to wake up each day with a positive mindset and embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. Make every day a special day and never stop learning and growing. Have a wonderful day. Wake up. Every morning, Emily wakes up at 7 o'clock. She doesn't need an alarm clock because her internal clock wakes her up at the same time every day. She stretches her arms and yawns, feeling refreshed and ready for the day. Emily is a morning person, which means she loves mornings and feels most energetic during this time of the day. First, Emily puts on her fluffy slippers and walks slowly to the bathroom. She washes her face with cold water to wake herself up completely. Then, she brushes her teeth to make sure her breath is fresh. Emily always brushes her teeth for 2 minutes, just like her dentist told her to do. After getting ready in the bathroom, Emily goes to the kitchen and prepares breakfast. She likes to have a nutritious breakfast to start her day right. Today, she makes a bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruits and a glass of orange juice. Oatmeal is very healthy and keeps her full until lunchtime. She sits at the kitchen table and enjoys her breakfast while reading the morning news on her tablet. After breakfast, Emily goes back to her bedroom to get dressed. She opens her closet and carefully selects her outfit for the day. Today, she decides to wear a blue dress with white flowers and matching blue shoes. Emily always tries to coordinate her clothes and accessories to look her best. Once Emily is dressed, she checks the time and realizes it's time to leave for work. She grabs her bag and rushes out the door. Emily works in a big office building downtown. She prefers to take public transportation because it's faster than driving and allows her to avoid the hassle of finding a parking space. As Emily walks to the bus stop, she greets her neighbors and people she meets along the way. She loves her neighborhood and the friendly people who live there. When she arrives at the bus stop, she waits patiently for the bus to arrive. While waiting, she looks around and enjoys the busy city atmosphere. When the bus finally arrives, Emily gets on and pays for her ticket. She always has exact change ready to make it faster for herself and the other passengers. Then, she finds an empty seat and sits down. On the bus, Emily likes to read a book or listen to music. Today, she chooses to read a romance novel because she loves losing herself in a good story. After a short while, the bus arrives at Emily's stop. She thanks the bus driver and gets off. As she walks toward her office building, she notices a new cafe that just opened. Emily decides to stop by after work to try their coffee. Once in the office building, Emily rides the elevator to the 9th floor, where her office is located. She greets her colleagues and settles in at her desk. Emily works as a graphic designer, and she loves her job. She gets to be creative and make beautiful designs every day. Throughout the day, Emily works on various projects, collaborating with her team. She has many tight deadlines, so she always stays focused and uses her time efficiently. Emily takes a short break for lunch. She brings her lunch from home to save money and ensure she eats something healthy. Today, she packed a salad with grilled chicken and a side of fruit. After finishing her work for the day, Emily packs her things and leaves the office. She is excited to try the new cafe she saw earlier. As she enters the cafe, she is greeted by a friendly barista. Emily orders a cappuccino and a slice of chocolate cake. She finds a cozy corner to sit in and enjoys her treat while reading a book. Once Emily finishes her coffee, she pays the bill and leaves the cafe. It's time to go home and relax. She walks back to the bus stop and waits for the bus. During the trip back home, Emily looks out the window and reflects on her day. She feels satisfied with what she accomplished and looks forward to tomorrow. When Emily arrives home, she changes into comfortable clothes and sits on the sofa. She watches her favorite TV show and enjoys a bowl of popcorn. This is her favorite way to unwind after a long day. As the evening comes to an end, Emily gets ready for bed. She brushes her teeth, puts on her pajamas, and climbs into bed. She closes her eyes, feeling grateful for the day she had. Tomorrow will be another exciting day, and she can't wait to wake up and start all over again. And so, Emily falls asleep, knowing that a new day full of opportunities awaits her when she wakes up. Wake up with Lisa. Meet Lisa, a young woman who lives in a vibrant city. Every morning, the sun gently kisses her face, and it's time for Lisa to start her day. Let's explore Lisa's morning routine and discover the simple joys that come with waking up and embracing a new day. Lisa's day begins with the cheerful sound of her alarm clock. Good morning, it seems to say, as she reaches over to turn it off. She stretches her arms and lets out a big yawn, feeling a bit sleepy. But no more snoozing, it's time to rise and shine. In her cozy bedroom, Lisa's bed is a haven of comfort. The soft pillow and warm blanket kept her snug throughout the night. As she brushes her hand against the pillow, she leaves behind any lingering sleepiness. With determination, Lisa sits up, ready to conquer the day. Now, it's breakfast time. Lisa heads to the kitchen, her stomach excited for the morning feast. But before indulging in her favorite meal, she attends to some essential tasks. First, she grabs her toothbrush to brush her teeth, ensuring her smile stays bright and fresh. Next, she washes her face, splashing away the last remnants of sleep. Feeling refreshed, Lisa heads to the bathroom for a quick shower. The warm water dances down, washing away any traces of sleepiness. She sheds her cozy pajamas, feeling the rejuvenating touch of the water on her skin. After drying off, Lisa picks out her favorite outfit for the day from her wardrobe. Dressed and ready, Lisa enjoys a delightful breakfast. A steaming cup of coffee and a plate of delicious treats await her. With each bite, she savors the flavors and looks out the window, watching the city come to life. The hustle and bustle outside match the energy she feels inside. Before stepping out, Lisa takes a moment to check herself in the mirror. She wants to ensure she looks presentable for the day ahead. With a confident smile, she bids farewell to her cozy apartment and steps into the vibrant world outside. The city greets Lisa with open arms. People rush by, cars zoom, and the sun shines brightly. Lisa takes a deep breath, embracing the energy of the morning. She feels wide awake and ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. As Lisa walks through the bustling streets, she reflects on the importance of a good morning routine. From waking up with the alarm clock to enjoying a hearty breakfast, each step contributes to a positive start. Brushing teeth, washing face, and a refreshing shower, these simple actions make a big difference. Lisa's wardrobe is filled with clothes that strike the perfect balance between style and comfort. Today, she chose an outfit that reflects her personality. As she navigates through the city, Lisa exudes confidence, knowing she started her day right. The sunlight bathes the surroundings in a warm glow, casting a positive light on everything. Lisa appreciates the beauty of the day, grateful for the simple pleasures of her morning routine. She feels awake, alive, and ready to make the most of the day. In conclusion, waking up is a special moment that sets the tone for the entire day. Lisa's morning routine, filled with small yet meaningful actions, highlights the importance of starting the day positively. As English language learners, remember that each morning is a fresh start. Rise and shine, and embrace the joy that comes with a new day. Wake up. In this video, we will follow the daily routine of a character named Emily. It will give beginner English learners an insight into her day, starting from the moment she wakes up until goes to bed. Let's begin. Part 1. Morning routine. Emily's alarm rings at 6 o'clock. She wakes up and stretches her arms. Then, she gets out of bed and opens the curtains to let the sunlight in. Emily brushes her teeth, washes her face, and combs her hair. Next, she goes to the kitchen to make breakfast. She pours cereal into a bowl, adds milk and slices a banana on top. This is her favorite breakfast because it's quick and delicious. After eating, she puts her dishes in the sink and gets ready for the day. Part 2. Getting dressed. Emily opens her closet and thinks about what to wear. Today, she chooses a blue dress and matching shoes. She quickly puts them on and looks at herself in the mirror, feeling happy with her choice. Part 3. Going to school. It's time for Emily to go to school. She grabs her backpack, where she carries her books, notebook, and pencil case. She kisses her mom goodbye and leaves the house. On the way to school, Emily often sees her friends and waves to them. Part 4. School activities. At school, Emily has different activities. In her first class, she learns math. Her teacher explains how to add and subtract numbers. Emily enjoys math because it challenges her mind. After math, she has English class, where she learns new words and how to form simple sentences. During recess, Emily plays with her friends. They play tag, jump rope, and kick a ball around. It's a fun time to relax and have some exercise. After recess, it's time for science class. Emily likes science because she learns about plants, animals, and experiments. Part 5. Lunchtime. When the bell rings, it's lunchtime. Emily goes to the cafeteria with her friends. She chooses a sandwich, an apple, and a bottle of water. They sit together and chat about their morning classes. After eating, they have some free time to talk and relax before the afternoon classes start. Part 6. Afternoon classes. In the afternoon, Emily has art class. She loves art because she can use her creativity to draw and paint. Today, they are drawing flowers with different colors. After art, it's time for physical education class. Emily enjoys playing sports such as volleyball, basketball, and running races. Part 7. Going home. The school day is over, and Emily feels happy with what she learned and accomplished. She says goodbye to her friends and walks home. On the way, she enjoys the fresh air and listens to her favorite songs. When she arrives home, Emily greets her mom and tells her about her day. Part 8. Evening routine. After some rest, Emily starts her evening routine. She sets the table for dinner while her mom prepares the food. They eat together, sharing stories about their day. After dinner, Emily helps her mom wash the dishes. With everything done, Emily enjoys her free time. She reads books, listens to music, or watches her favorite TV show. Before going to bed, she brushes her teeth, changes into her pajamas, and turns off the lights. This video gave us a glimpse into the daily routine of Emily, a beginner learner of English. From waking up to going to bed, she goes through various activities, both at home and at school. By following Emily's routine, beginner English learners can acquire new vocabulary and understand everyday English phrases. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to describe your own daily routine. Hello there, English language learners. Today, we are to embark on a through the daily routine of character called Sarah. Following Sarah's day morning to night, you will not only improve your vocabulary but also get on how to shape own daily routine. So let's dive right. Every morning, S alarm clock rings at 7 o'clock. Slowly opens her eyes, stretches her arms while, good morning. She reaches over, stop her alarm, and jumps of bed. The thing Sarah does is her bed. She believes having a tidy room set her day off to good start. Next, Sarah heads to the to wash her face and her teeth. After, she heads to the to make herself a cup of coffee. The aroma and taste freshly brewed coffee gives her the energy to kick start her. Once she finishes her, Sarah gets dressed in her favorite clothes. Today, she chooses a comfortable of jeans and a colorful tee. She looks at herself in the mirror and says, I'm ready to take on the day. Sarah's next stop is the kitchen, where she prepares healthy breakfast. She slices some fresh fruit and prepares a bowl of oatmeal as she eats. She looks outside the window, thinking about the day ahead. Breakfast, Sarah grabs her bag and heads out the door. She to the bus stop and waits for the bus. While waiting, she greets neighbors and strikes up conversations with them. Sarah loves meeting new people and learning their lives. When the bus arrives, Sarah hops on and finds a seat near window. She enjoys looking out and observing the world around her during the ride. About 20 minutes, she arrives at her workplace. Works in an office as a customer service representative. She greets her colleagues with smile and says, "Good morning, everyone." Her work involves answering phone calls, helping customers with their inquiries. Sarah enjoys assisting people and finds it to solve their problems. During her break, Sarah goes to the office cafeteria to her homemade lunch. She loves cooking and always prepares something delicious for. Today, she has packed a salad, a sandwich, and some fruit as she eats. She chats with her colleagues and shares stories from her day. A long day at work, Sarah heads back home. She enjoys her bus ride, taking some time to relax and reflect on her day. Once she home, she changes into her comfy clothes and prepares dinner. Tonight, she decides make spaghetti with tomato sauce and a green salad. After dinner, Sarah spends time doing her favorite hobby, reading. She loves getting lost in the pages of good book. It helps her unwind and forget about the worries of the day. She starts feeling sleepy. She brushes her teeth and gets ready bed. Before going to sleep, Sarah likes to reflect on her day and write things she is grateful for in her journal. It helps her appreciate the little and end the day on a positive note. Finally, she turns off the and closes her eyes, ready to explore dreams in her sleep. And there you it, a day in the life of Sarah. By reading about her routine, you have encountered new vocabulary and phrases related to waking up, morning routines, work, and leisure activities. Remember, having a structured routine can help you stay organized and focused throughout the day. Keep practicing your English skills, and don't forget to create a daily routine that suits your preferences and helps you achieve your goals. Good luck on your language learning journey, and remember, every day is a new opportunity to learn something new. Sweet dreams and see you next time. Do you know what the most important part of the day is? It's waking up. Yes, that's right. When we wake up in the morning, we start a brand new day full of possibilities and adventures. Are you ready to learn about the daily routine of our friend, Alex? Let's go. Alex is a student who lives in a small town. He has a very simple routine, but it's important to him. Every morning, he wakes up at 7 o'clock. The first thing he does is turn off his alarm clock. Then, he stretches his arms and legs to wake up his body. After waking up, Alex heads straight to the bathroom. He brushes his teeth and washes his face. It's important to have good hygiene to start the day feeling fresh and clean. Alex likes to use a minty toothpaste that leaves his mouth feeling fresh. Next, it's time for Alex to get dressed. He puts on a pair of comfortable jeans and a t-shirt. He likes to dress casually because it allows him to move freely during the day. Sometimes, he even wears a hat to protect his head from the sun. Now that Alex is dressed, he goes to the kitchen to have breakfast. He knows how important it is to fuel his body with nutritious food. He usually has a bowl of cereal with milk and fruits. He likes to have a glass of orange juice too, to get some vitamin C after breakfast. Alex grabs his backpack and heads out the door. He walks to school because it's not too far from his house. Walking is a great way to exercise and get some fresh air. On his way to school, Alex likes to listen to his favorite music on his headphones. It helps him feel energized and ready for the day ahead. When Alex arrives at school, he goes to his first class. He studies English, math, science, and history. He enjoys learning new things and likes to participate in class discussions. He always takes notes and asks questions when he doesn't understand something. During lunch break, Alex likes to eat with his friends in the cafeteria. They chat and laugh together while enjoying their meals. Sometimes, they even swap food and try new things. It's a fun way to bond with friends and try different flavors. In the afternoon, Alex has more classes and participates in extracurricular activities. He loves playing soccer with his classmates. It's a great way to exercise, improve his skills, and have fun. After soccer practice, Alex heads home. When he gets home, it's time to relax and do his homework. He sits at his desk and starts working on his assignments. Sometimes, he needs help from his parents or older siblings. They are always there to support him in his studies. After finishing his homework, Alex likes to do something he enjoys. He may watch a movie, read a book, or play video games. It's important to have some free time to relax and have fun. It helps Alex recharge his energy for the next day. Finally, it's time for bed. Alex knows that a good night's sleep is crucial for his well-being. He brushes his teeth once again, changes into his pajamas, and gets into bed. Before falling asleep, he likes to read a few pages from his favorite book. It helps him relax and dream sweet dreams. And there you have it, a day in the life of Alex. Did you enjoy learning about his routine? Remember, waking up is the start of a new adventure every day. So make sure to embrace it with enthusiasm and energy. Have a great day. Have you ever wondered how a typical day starts for someone? Well, today I'm going to tell you all about my daily routine. My name is Kate, and I am a high school student. Let me take you through my day starting from the moment I wake up. As soon as my alarm clock goes off, I open my eyes and stretch my arms. It's usually around 7 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is just starting to peek through my curtains. I like to put on some soft music to help me wake up and get in a good mood for the day. After a few minutes of stretching and waking up, it's time to get out of bed. I shuffle my way to the bathroom and splash some cold water on my face to help me feel more awake. Brushing my teeth is next on the list. as I want to start the day with fresh breath and a clean mouth. Once I'm done with my morning hygiene routine, it's time to head to the kitchen for breakfast. I usually have cereal with milk and a glass of orange juice. Sometimes, if I'm feeling fancy, I'll make myself a toasted bagel with cream cheese and have some fruits on the side. With my belly full and my energy levels up, it's time to get dressed. I choose an outfit that is comfortable yet stylish. Today, I opt for a pair of jeans, a colorful top, and my favorite sneakers. Looking good and feeling confident is important to me. After getting dressed, I grab my backpack, which is filled with all the books and supplies I need for the day. I also make sure to pack my lunch, which usually consists of a sandwich, some snacks, and a bottle of water. It's essential to stay hydrated and nourished throughout the day. Now it's time to head out the door and catch the bus to school. I walk briskly to the bus stop, hoping that I won't miss it. Luckily, I arrive just in time, and the bus pulls up. I find a seat and settle in for the ride. Once I arrive at school, I head straight to my first class, English. As an English language learner, this is one of my favorite subjects. Today, we are learning about verbs and how to form simple sentences. My teacher is helpful and patient, and I enjoy participating in class discussions. After English, I have math class. Numbers can sometimes be challenging for me, but I try my best to solve the problems. My teacher provides extra help when I need it, and I am grateful for that. I know that practice makes perfect, so I always complete my homework and ask questions when I don't understand. Next, it's time for a break, and I head to the cafeteria to have lunch with my friends. We chat and laugh while enjoying our meals. After lunch, we head outside for some fresh air and a quick game of soccer. It's a fun way to relax and recharge for the afternoon. In the afternoon, I have science class. Today, we are conducting an experiment in the lab. It's exciting to see how different substances react and learn about the world around us. Science encourages curiosity and critical thinking, which are skills I find valuable. Finally, the last class of the day is history. We learn about different periods in time and the events that shaped our world. It's fascinating to discover how our ancestors lived and the impact they had on society. History helps us understand where we come from and guides us to make better decisions for the future. When the school day is over, it's time to head home. I catch the bus back and arrive at my house. I take off my shoes and put my backpack away. Then, I spend some time doing homework and studying for my upcoming exams. After finishing my schoolwork, I have some free time to relax and unwind. I enjoy reading a book or watching a movie. It's important to have a balance between school and leisure activities to recharge and stay motivated. As the day comes to an end, I prepare for bedtime. I change into my pajamas and get cozy in my bed. Before I sleep, I reflect on my day and think about what I learned and achieved. It's essential to appreciate the small victories and strive to improve every day. With that, I close my eyes and drift off to sleep, ready to start a new day tomorrow. My daily routine is filled with challenges, learning, and fun. Each day is an opportunity to grow and become the best version of myself. So, when you wake up tomorrow, embrace the day and make it count. Have you ever wondered what the daily routine of a person looks like? In this video, we will take a close look at the daily routine of Sarah, a young woman who leads a busy but fulfilling life. Let's dive in and discover what her day looks like. The alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. It's time to wake up. Sarah rubs her eyes and stretches her arms before reaching for her phone to turn off the alarm. She slowly gets out of bed and makes her way to the bathroom. First things first, she brushes her teeth and splashes her face with water to wake herself up. Next, Sarah heads to the kitchen to make herself a nutritious breakfast. On the menu for today is a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh fruits and a glass of orange juice. As she enjoys her breakfast, she quickly checks her emails and social media updates on her phone. It's important to catch up with the world, even before starting the day. After breakfast, Sarah quickly gets dressed and grabs her backpack. She is a student and today is a school day. With all her books and notebooks neatly organized, she heads out the door and walks to the bus stop. It's about a 10-minute walk, and she enjoys the fresh air and the peacefulness of the early morning. Once she arrives at school, Sarah goes straight to her first class, English. She loves learning English and is always excited to practice speaking and writing in the language. Today, they are learning about daily routines, just like in this video. She pays close attention to the lesson and takes notes to review later. After English class, Sarah heads to her math class. Math is not her favorite subject, but she tries her best. Today, they are learning about fractions, and she finds it a bit challenging. But she remains focused and asks her teacher for help when needed. At lunchtime, Sarah meets up with her friends in the cafeteria. They chat and laugh while enjoying their meals. Today, Sarah packed a sandwich, a piece of fruit, and a bottle of water. It's important to eat a balanced meal and stay hydrated throughout the day. After lunch, Sarah has 2 more classes: history and science. She loves both of these subjects and finds them fascinating. In history, they are learning about ancient civilizations, and in science, they are studying the solar system. Sarah thrives in these classes and actively participates in discussions. Once school is over, Sarah goes to the library to study. She likes to have a quiet and peaceful environment to focus on her schoolwork. She spends a couple of hours reviewing her lessons, completing assignments, and preparing for upcoming tests. When the clock strikes 6 p.m., it's time for Sarah to head back home. She walks to the bus stop and takes the bus, enjoying the view from the window. The journey takes about 30 minutes, and she spends this time reading a book or listening to her favorite music. Back at home, Sarah takes a short break to relax and recharge. She chats with her family about their day and shares funny stories. Afterward, she heads to her room and spends some time practicing her hobbies. Sarah loves drawing and playing the guitar, so she dedicates about an hour every evening to these activities. Finally, it's time to wind down for the day. Sarah takes a warm shower and puts on her comfortable pajamas. She likes to read a book before going to sleep, so she snuggles up in bed with a good story. Slowly, she feels her eyes getting heavy, and before she knows it, she drifts off to sleep. And that wraps up Sarah's daily routine. As you can see, she leads a busy but fulfilling life. From waking up in the morning to studying and pursuing her hobbies, each moment of the day is filled with meaning. Are you ready to create your own daily routine? Wake up and start building the life you want, one day at a time. Every morning, when the sun starts to rise and the birds start to sing, it's for me to wake up and start my day. Waking up early is important because it gives us more time to do all the things we need to do. As soon as I open my eyes, I stretch my arms and legs to wake up my body. Then, I sit up in my cozy bed and rub my eyes to make sure I am fully awake. I always feel a little sleepy when I first wake up, but that feeling quickly goes away as I start to get ready for the day. The first thing I do is head to the bathroom to brush my teeth. I grab my toothbrush and squeeze some toothpaste onto it. Then, I brush my teeth up and down, making sure to reach every tooth. Brushing our teeth is important to keep them clean and healthy. After I finish brushing, I rinse my mouth with water and spit it out into the sink. Next, I wash my face with some cool water to freshen up my skin. I use a gentle face wash to cleanse away any dirt or oil that may have built up overnight. Washing our face is important to keep our skin clean and prevent breakouts. After I finish in the bathroom, I head to my bedroom to get dressed. I choose a comfortable outfit that is suitable for the weather. If it's sunny outside, I might wear a t-shirt and shorts. If it's cold, I'll put on a sweater and jeans. It's important to dress appropriately so that we feel comfortable throughout the day. Once I am dressed, I head to the kitchen to have breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it gives us energy to start our day. I usually have a bowl of cereal with milk and some fresh fruit. Sometimes, I also like to have a glass of orange juice to get some vitamins. While I am eating breakfast, I like to listen to some music or watch the news on TV. It helps me to relax and get into a positive mindset for the day ahead. After I finish eating, I wash my dishes and put them away. With my belly full and my mind awake, it's time for me to leave the house and go to school. I grab my backpack, which is filled with all the books and materials I need for the day. I make sure to double-check that I have everything before I leave. On my way to school, I usually walk because it's good exercise and a great way to wake up my body even more. As I walk, I enjoy the fresh air and the sounds of the city waking up. Sometimes, I see my neighbors and we exchange a friendly hello as we pass each other. When I arrive at school, I greet my friends and classmates with a warm smile. We talk about our plans for the day and share any interesting things that happened since we last saw each other. It's always nice to start the day with a positive interaction. Throughout the day, I attend different classes and learn about various subjects. I listen to my teachers, ask questions when I don't understand something, and work on assignments. It's important to pay attention in class and do our best to learn new things. After a full day of learning, it's finally time to go home. I say goodbye to my friends and walk back home, reflecting on the things I learned and the experiences I had. When I arrive home, I take off my shoes, put my backpack away, and relax for a bit. In the evening, I like to spend time with my family, sharing stories from our day and enjoying a delicious dinner together. It's nice to unwind and have quality time with the people I love. Finally, as the day comes to an end, I prepare for bed. I put on my cozy pajamas and crawl into my soft bed. Before I fall asleep, I like to read a book or listen to some calming music. It helps me to relax and prepare for a good night's sleep. And so, the day comes to a close as I slowly drift off into dreamland. Tomorrow, I will wake up once again and start a brand new day, filled with new opportunities and adventures. Remember, it's important to wake up early, take care of ourselves, and make the most of each day. By doing so, we can create a fulfilling and happy life. So, wake up, embrace the day, and make it your own. Every morning, as the first rays of sunlight peek through my window, my eyes slowly flutter open, and I find myself in a cozy and comfortable bed. It's time to start a brand new day. The first thing I do is stretch my arms and legs, feeling a pleasant tingle run through my body. Then, I throw off the warm covers and sit up on my bed, taking a moment to rub my sleepy eyes. I let out a big yawn, filling my lungs with air, and I feel instantly more awake. Next, I swing my legs over the edge of the bed and plant my feet firmly on the ground. I stand up, still a little wobbly from sleep, and shuffle towards the bathroom. I quickly brush my teeth, making sure to scrub every tooth using circular movements. I also wash my face, splashing cool water on it to wake myself up even more. I then comb my hair, carefully untangling any knots. Feeling refreshed and ready to face the day, I head back to my bedroom and choose some clothes to wear. Today, I opt for a casual outfit, a comfortable pair of jeans and a soft, colorful t-shirt. I slip into my shoes and tie the laces securely. Now, I'm fully dressed and ready to start my day. Before leaving my room, I quickly glance at the clock on my wall. It's already 7:30 a.m., and I don't want to be late. I make my way to the kitchen, where the delicious smell of breakfast greets me. My stomach rumbles in anticipation. Today, I decide to have a nutritious and hearty breakfast of scrambled eggs, toast, and a glass of orange juice. I enjoy every bite, savoring the flavors and filling my body with energy for the day ahead. Satisfied and nourished, I grab my backpack and head towards the front door. But before leaving, I remember to check if I have all the essentials. I grab my wallet, phone, and keys, making sure not to leave anything behind. Once outside, I begin my short walk to the bus stop, where I catch the bus that takes me to work. The morning air feels crisp against my skin, and I take a deep breath, inhaling its freshness. As I walk, I admire the beautiful flowers that line the streets, brightly colors blossoming all around me. It's these little details that make the start of my day even more delightful. At the bus stop, I join the other people waiting patiently for the bus. We exchange polite smiles and nod our heads in acknowledgement, even though we may not be able to understand each other's languages. It's a small moment of connection that reminds me that we are all in this together. Finally, the bus arrives, and I step onto it with a small hop. I greet the bus driver with a warm, "Good morning," and flash my ticket to pay for the ride. Finding an empty seat, I settle down and watch the world go by outside the window. The scenery changes from residential areas to busy streets filled with shops and people bustling about. It's fascinating to observe the vibrant life of the city as I make my way towards work. Arriving at my workplace, I thank the bus driver and step off the bus. I walk towards the entrance of the building, saying good morning to the security guard who greets me with a friendly smile. I take the elevator up to my office, where I spend the rest of the day working on various tasks. My mornings may seem simple, but they are the foundation of my day. They set the tone and provide me with the positive energy I need to tackle any challenges that come my way. From the moment I wake up, to the time I arrive at work, each step is filled with purpose and a sense of readiness. Starting the day in the right way is essential for a fruitful and fulfilling life. So, A1 language learners, remember that every morning holds the potential for a brand new beginning. Embrace your routine, may it be big or small, and let it guide you towards a day full of possibilities. Wake up, be present, and seize the day. Meet Jake, a cheerful young man who lives in a lively town. Let's follow Jake as he starts his day, exploring the simple and exciting steps of his morning routine. Jake's day begins when the sun peeks through his curtains, gently waking him up. As he opens his eyes, he hears the familiar sound of his alarm clock. Time to wake up, it seems to say, and Jake knows it's the start of a brand new day. First things first, Jake turns off his alarm and sits up in his comfy bed. The room is still a bit dim, but Jake is ready to face the day ahead. He stretches his arms and lets out a big yawn, shaking off any remaining sleepiness. Rise and shine, he tells himself, determined to make the most of the morning. Jake's bed is adorned with a soft pillow and a cozy blanket. As he pats the pillow, he remembers the pleasant dreams he had during the night. With a smile, he leaves his bedroom, heading towards the kitchen to kickstart his day. In the kitchen, the aroma of breakfast fills the air, but before enjoying his meal, Jake takes care of his morning essentials. He grabs his toothbrush and toothpaste to brush his teeth, ensuring his smile stays bright. Next, he splashes some water on his face, waking himself up and feeling refreshed. Feeling invigorated, Jake heads to the bathroom for a quick shower. The warm water cascades down, washing away any traces of sleep. Jake enjoys the feeling of cleanliness and rejuvenation as he gets ready for the day. Now, it's time to pick out an outfit. Jake opens his wardrobe, filled with an array of clothes. Today, he opts for a comfortable pair of jeans and a cheerful t-shirt. He takes a moment to admire himself in the mirror, making sure he looks presentable. With breakfast on his mind, Jake heads back to the kitchen. A steaming cup of coffee and a plate of scrambled eggs await him. As he sips his coffee, he glances out the window, watching the town come alive. Birds chirp, and people start their day. It's a lively scene. Jake finishes his breakfast, feeling fueled and ready for whatever the day may bring. He grabs his backpack, checks that he has everything he needs, and heads out the door. The sun is shining, and the town is buzzing with activity. On his way to school, Jake encounters friendly faces and exchanges greetings. The streets are filled with the sound of footsteps and the hum of conversation. Jake takes a deep breath, inhaling the fresh morning air, grateful for the positive start to his day. Arriving at school, Jake joins his classmates in the classroom. The teacher welcomes everyone, and the day officially begins. As Jake sits at his desk, he reflects on the importance of a good morning routine. From waking up with the alarm to enjoying a hearty breakfast, each step contributes to a positive and energetic start. Throughout the day, Jake carries the positive energy from his morning routine. He engages in lessons, participates in activities, and enjoys spending time with friends. As the day progresses, he realizes how the simple actions in the morning set the tone for the entire day. In the afternoon, Jake returns home, satisfied with a productive day. He takes a moment to relax, knowing that a good night's sleep awaits him, and the cycle will begin anew. As the sun sets, Jake reflects on the joy of starting each day with a positive routine. Jake's morning routine serves as a template for a successful and cheerful day. As English language learners, remember that a good morning routine can bring joy and set a positive tone for the day ahead. Embrace each morning as a new beginning, and enjoy the simple pleasures that come with waking up to a brand new day. Do you want to know what a typical day looks like for someone? Let me take you through the daily routine of John, a young student. John starts his day by waking up early in the morning. As soon as his alarm clock goes off, he stretches his arms and legs and gets out bed. Then, he heads straight to the bathroom to brush his teeth and wash his face. After that, he goes back to his room to get dressed for the day. Once John is dressed, he goes to the kitchen to have breakfast. His usual breakfast consists of a bowl of cereal with milk and a glass of orange juice. Sometimes, he likes to have toast with butter and jam as well. While he eats, he also checks his phone to see if he has any new messages or notifications. After finishing his breakfast, John grabs his backpack and leaves the house. He walks to the bus stop and waits for the school bus to arrive. When the bus finally arrives, John gets on and finds a seat. During the bus ride, he usually listens to music or reads a book to pass the time. When the bus arrives at school, John gets off and walks to his classroom. He greets his friends and takes his seat. The first class of the day is English, which he enjoys a lot. Today, they are learning about colors and practicing vocabulary. The teacher shows them different objects and asks the students to name the colors. John is very good at this and always participates actively in class. After English class, it's time for math. John finds math a bit challenging, but he tries his best to understand the concepts. Today, they are learning about addition and subtraction. The teacher gives them worksheets to solve, and John completes them with the help of his classmates. Next, it's time for break. John goes to the cafeteria with his friends and buys a sandwich and a bottle of water. They sit together and chat about their plans for the weekend. After a short break, it's time for science class. They are studying the solar system, and John finds it fascinating. The teacher shows them pictures of the different planets and explains interesting facts about each one. After science class, it's time for physical education. John changes into his sports attire and goes to the gymnasium with his classmates. Today, they play a game of basketball. John enjoys playing sports and always gives his best on the court. After physical education, it's time for lunch. John goes to the school cafeteria and joins the lunch line. He chooses a balanced meal with vegetables, meat, and rice. He also grabs a piece of fruit for dessert. He sits with his friends at their usual table and enjoys his lunch while talking and laughing. After lunch, it's time for history class. They are learning about the ancient civilizations. The teacher shows them pictures and tells them stories about the Egyptians and the Greeks. John finds it fascinating and takes notes to review later. Finally, it's the last class of the day, art. John loves art because it allows him to express his creativity. Today, they are painting landscapes using watercolors. John uses different shades of blue, green, and brown to create a beautiful scene of a sunset over the ocean. When the school day is over, John gathers his belongings and says goodbye to his friends. He walks to the bus stop and waits for the bus to take him home. During the bus ride, he reflects on his day and starts thinking about his homework. When he arrives home, John changes into comfortable clothes and sits at his desk to do his homework. He finishes it with concentration and checks it for any mistakes. After completing his homework, he takes some time to relax and watch his favorite TV show. For dinner, John and his family gather around the table and enjoy a delicious meal together. They talk about their day and share funny stories. After dinner, John brushes his teeth, gets into his pajamas, and gets ready for bed. Before going to sleep, John likes to read a book. Tonight, he chooses a science fiction novel. He reads a few chapters and falls asleep with the book still in his hands. And that's a typical day in the life of John. Every day is filled with learning, fun, and time spent with friends and family. What does your daily routine look like? Every morning, when the sun rises and birds start chirping, it's time for me to wake up and start a brand day. I am a young woman named Sophie, and I live in a cozy little house in a small town. Let me take you through my daily routine. The first thing I do is turn off my alarm clock, which sits on my bedside table. I stretch my arms and legs, trying to shake off the sleepiness. Then, I jump out of bed and head straight for the bathroom. I wash with cold water to refresh myself and brush my teeth to give myself a bright and beautiful smile. After freshening up, I rush to the kitchen, still feeling a little groggy. I put the kettle on the stove and wait for the water to boil. While I wait, I grab a couple of slices of bread and pop them into the toaster. The warm smell of freshly toasted bread fills the air, making my stomach growl with hunger. As I enjoy my breakfast, I like to plan my day in my head. Today, I have English class, so I need to gather all my books and make sure I have everything I need. I grab my backpack and double-check if I have my notebook, pens, and textbooks inside. It's always important to be prepared. With my bag slung over my shoulder, I head out the door and start walking towards the bus stop. It's a beautiful day, with clear blue skies and a gentle breeze. I hear the sound of my footsteps on the pavement as I make my way down the street. People are already starting their day, going to work or walking their dogs. It's nice to be part of this bustling community. When I reach the bus stop, I see a familiar face, my friend Laura. We chat and laugh, sharing stories from our day. The bus arrives, and we hop on, finding 2 empty seats next to each other. We wave goodbye to the little town we call home and watch as the landscape changes from houses to tall buildings. Once we arrive at the language school, we check in with the receptionist, who smiles and wishes us a good day. We make our way to the classroom, where our teacher, Mr. Johnson, is waiting for us. He is a friendly and patient man, always eager to help us learn. We take our seats and greet our classmates, a diverse group of people from different parts of the world. The English class is always exciting and dynamic. We learn new words, practice grammar rules, and have discussions about various topics. Mr. Johnson encourages us to speak up and ask questions, creating a safe and encouraging environment. I feel my confidence in speaking English grow with every class. After a fruitful morning of learning, it's time for a break. Laura and I head to the school's cafeteria, where we grab a quick snack and chat with our classmates. We exchange phone numbers and make plans to practice English outside of class. It's amazing how speaking another language brings people together. The afternoon flies by quickly, with more engaging lessons and activities. When the bell rings, signaling the end of the day, we say goodbye to our classmates and walk out of the school with a sense of accomplishment. The bus takes us back to our little town, where we part ways with promises to meet again soon. Back in my cozy house, I kick off my shoes and flop onto the sofa. I breathe in deeply, feeling grateful for the day I've had. I take out my notebook and review the new words I learned in English class. Learning a language is not always easy, but with determination and practice, I know I can improve. As the sun sets and the day comes to an end, I crawl into bed, feeling tired but satisfied. I close my eyes and drift off into a deep slumber, excited for the opportunities that tomorrow will bring. Learning English has opened up a whole new world for me, and I can't wait to see where it takes me. So, my dear beginner English language students, remember to wake up with a smile, seize the day, and embrace the journey of learning a new language. Keep practicing, and never be afraid to make mistakes. Wake up to a world full of possibilities, just like I did. Every morning, the alarm rings at 6 o'clock. As soon as it starts making that annoying noise, I know it's time to wake up. Always struggle to get out of bed because I love sleeping so much. But I know that I'd stay in bed all day, so I force myself to get up. After I finally manage to get out of bed, the first thing I do is go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face with cold water to wake myself. Then, I to the kitchen to make myself a cup of coffee. I really need that caffeine boost to start my day. While my coffee is brewing, I prepare my breakfast. I usually have a bowl of cereal with milk. It's quick and easy to make, and it gives me the energy I need to get through the morning. Sometimes, I also like to have a slice of toast with butter and jam. Once I finish my breakfast, I quickly get dressed. I put on some comfortable clothes because I have a long day ahead of me. I make sure to grab my backpack and check if I have everything I need for the day, like my books and my lunch. After I'm all ready, I head out the door. I live close to my school, so I usually walk there. It's a nice walk, especially in the morning when the air is fresh. As I walk, I listen to my favorite music on my headphones. It helps me relax and get ready for the day ahead. When I arrive at school, I meet up with my friends. We chat and catch up on what we did the day before. It's always nice to see them and start the day with a smile. Then, we all head to our first class. The first class of the day is English. It's one of my favorite subjects because I love learning new languages. In English class, we practice speaking, listening, and writing. Our teacher always comes up with fun activities to help us improve our English skills. Sometimes, we have group projects or play games that make learning English more enjoyable. After English class, we have a short break. I usually use this time to socialize with my friends and have a snack. Sometimes, I bring a sandwich or a piece of fruit from home. Other times, I buy something from the school cafeteria. They have a variety of options, like sandwiches, salads, and snacks. Next, we have math class. Math is not my favorite subject, but I try my best to pay attention and understand the lessons. Our teacher is really patient and explains everything step by step. She also gives us homework to practice what we learned in class. After math class, it's time for lunch. I usually eat in the school cafeteria with my friends. We sit together and chat while we enjoy our meals. The cafeteria serves a variety of dishes, like pasta, rice, and meat, so there's always something for everyone. After lunch, we have science class. In science class, we learn about the world around us and conduct experiments. It's really interesting to see how things work and why certain things happen. Our teacher encourages us to ask questions and explore different concepts. Finally, it's time for the last class of the day, which is history. History is my favorite subject because I enjoy learning about the past and how it has shaped the present. Our history teacher is very passionate about the subject and always makes the lessons engaging and fun. When the school day is over, I pack up my things and head home. I either walk or take the bus, depending on how tired I am. Once I get home, I relax for a bit and do my homework. After finishing my homework, I have some free time to do things I enjoy, like reading, playing video games, or hanging out with friends. Before I go to bed, I make sure to set my alarm clock for the next day. I know that I need to wake up early again and start another day. Although it can be challenging at times, I enjoy my daily routine and the opportunity to learn and grow. And with that, it's time to go to sleep and get some rest for the next day. Good night. Meet Emma, a lively young woman who resides in a quaint town. Let's delve into Emma's daily routine, exploring the simple yet engaging steps of her morning. Emma's day begins with the gentle rays of the sun streaming through her window, coaxing her from a restful slumber. As she opens her eyes, the friendly beep of her alarm clock greets her, signaling the commencement of a brand new day. Promptly, Emma reaches over to silence her alarm, and with a sense of determination, she swings her legs out of her warm bed. A soft stretch and a yawn help her shake off any lingering traces of sleepiness. Rise and shine, she whispers to herself, ready to embrace the unfolding morning. Emma's bed, adorned with a plush pillow and a cozy quilt, has been her haven through the night. As she pats the pillow, memories of pleasant dreams linger. With a contented smile, Emma leaves her bedroom, heading towards the kitchen to kickstart her day. In the kitchen, the inviting aroma of breakfast fills the air. But before savoring her meal, Emma tends to her morning essentials. Armed with her toothbrush and toothpaste, she ensures her smile radiates brightness. A quick splash of water on her face invigorates her, banishing any remnants of sleepiness. Feeling refreshed, Emma steps into the bathroom for a brisk shower. The warm water cascades, awakening her senses and preparing her for the day ahead. As she dries off, she contemplates her wardrobe, eager to pick out an outfit that mirrors her mood. Dressed in a comfortable yet stylish ensemble, Emma takes a moment to gaze at herself in the mirror, making sure she looks presentable for the day. With a satisfied nod, she heads back to the kitchen to indulge in a delightful breakfast. A steaming cup of tea and a plate of fruit await Emma at the table. As she enjoys her meal, she gazes out of the window, observing the town gradually coming to life. Birds chirp, and the streets begin to buzz with activity, a symphony of morning sounds. Emma finishes her breakfast, feeling invigorated and ready for the day's adventures. She grabs her bag, double-checks her essentials, and steps out into the crisp morning air. The sun paints the town with warm hues, and Emma can't help but appreciate the beauty around her. On her way to school, Emma exchanges friendly greetings with familiar faces. The streets echo with the rhythmic sounds of footsteps, creating a lively atmosphere. As she arrives at school, Emma carries the positive energy from her morning routine into the classroom. In class, the teacher greets everyone, and the day officially begins. Emma engages in lessons, participates in activities, and enjoys the camaraderie of her classmates. As the day unfolds, she realizes the impact of a well-structured morning routine on her overall well-being. After a productive day at school, Emma returns home in the late afternoon. She takes a moment to unwind, appreciating the sense of accomplishment that accompanies a day well spent. As the sun sets, Emma reflects on the joy of starting each day with positivity and purpose. Emma's morning routine serves as a blueprint for a fulfilling day. For English language learners, remember that a well-established routine can bring joy and set a positive tone for the day. Each morning is an opportunity for a fresh start, so embrace the simplicity and delight that waking up to a new day brings. Let's meet Alex, an energetic young man living in a bustling city. Join us as we explore Alex's daily routine, full of simple and engaging steps that make his mornings vibrant. Alex's day begins with the gradual illumination of his room by the early morning sun. As his eyes open, the cheerful melody of his alarm clock welcomes him to a new day. Swiftly, Alex reaches over to turn off the alarm, ready to kickstart his morning routine. With a burst of enthusiasm, Alex sits up in his comfortable bed, adorned with a fluffy pillow and a cozy blanket. A wide stretch and a big yawn help him shake off the remnants of sleep. Time to rise and shine, he declares to himself, eager to face the day ahead. Leaving the comfort of his bedroom, Alex heads to the kitchen to greet the day with a nutritious breakfast. Before indulging in his morning meal, he tends to essential tasks. Armed with his toothbrush and toothpaste, Alex ensures his smile remains bright, and a splash of water on his face revitalizes him. Feeling invigorated, Alex steps into the shower for a quick wash. The warm water cascades over him, awakening his senses and preparing him for the adventures ahead. Dressed in his favorite casual attire, Alex checks himself in the mirror, ready to take on the day with confidence. Back in the kitchen, a steaming cup of coffee and a plate of toast await Alex. As he enjoys his breakfast, he gazes out the window, observing the city gradually awakening. The hum of activity, the distant sound of traffic, and the lively chatter of people create a vibrant backdrop to his morning routine. With breakfast completed, Alex grabs his backpack and heads out into the dynamic city. The streets are alive with the hustle and bustle of people starting their day. A friendly nod here, a smile there. Alex embraces the positive energy of the morning. Arriving at work, Alex immerses himself in his daily tasks. The work environment is filled with the hum of productivity, and Alex appreciates the sense of accomplishment that comes with each completed assignment. Throughout the day, he reflects on the importance of a positive morning routine in setting a tone for success. After a productive workday, Alex returns home in the early evening. He takes a moment to unwind, appreciating the satisfaction that comes from a day well spent. As the sun sets, casting warm hues over the city, Alex reflects on the impact of his morning routine on his overall well-being. Alex's morning routine is a blend of simplicity and vibrancy, setting the stage for a fulfilling day. For English language learners, remember that a well-structured routine can infuse positivity into your day. Embrace the joy of each morning as a new beginning, and revel in the possibilities that waking up to a new day brings. Every morning, the sun rises and it's time to start a new day. Let's follow the daily routine of Sarah, a young girl who lives in a small town. Sarah has an alarm clock that wakes her up at 7 o'clock every morning. As soon as she hears the alarm, she stretches her arms and yawns. She realizes it's time to get out of bed and start her day. The first thing Sarah does is brush her teeth. She takes her toothbrush and puts some toothpaste on it. She brushes her teeth in gentle circles, making sure to reach every tooth. After brushing her teeth, she rinses her mouth with water and spits it out. Next, Sarah goes to her bedroom and gets dressed for the day. She chooses a nice dress and puts it on. She then looks in the mirror to make sure she looks presentable. Satisfied with her outfit, she grabs her backpack and heads downstairs. In the kitchen, Sarah's mom has already prepared breakfast. There's a plate of toast, a bowl of cereal, and a glass of orange juice. Sarah sits down at the table and starts to eat. She enjoys the taste of the crispy toast and the refreshing juice. Breakfast gives her energy for the day ahead. After breakfast, Sarah packs her lunch in her backpack. She puts a sandwich, a piece of fruit, and a bottle of water in a lunchbox. She also remembers to grab her keys, as she always walks to school. Outside, the sun is shining brightly. Sarah takes a deep breath and enjoys the fresh air. She walks down the street, greeting her neighbors along the way. Some of them are also on their way to work or school. Finally, Sarah arrives at school. She walks through the doors and goes to her classroom. Her teacher is already there, ready to start the day. Sarah greets her classmates and takes her seat. In the classroom, Sarah learns many new things. They practice reading, writing, and listening to English. They also learn about math, science, and history. Sarah enjoys learning new things and asks questions when she doesn't understand something. At recess, Sarah goes outside to play with her friends. They run around the playground, laughing and having fun. Sarah loves playing tag and swings on the swings. Recess is a time to relax and have a break from studying. After recess, it's time for more lessons. The teacher explains new concepts and gives out worksheets for the students to complete. Sarah listens carefully and does her best to understand. She asks for help when she needs it. At the end of the school day, Sarah packs up her belongings and says goodbye to her friends. She walks back home, thinking about what she learned that day. She looks forward to telling her mom all about it. Back at home, Sarah takes off her shoes and puts her backpack away. She sits at the kitchen table and starts to do her homework. She uses a pencil to write down the answers and checks her work before completing the assignment. With her homework finished, Sarah has some free time to relax. She reads a book, plays with her toys, or watches her favorite TV show. This is her time to unwind and recharge for the next day. As the sun sets, Sarah knows it's bedtime. She puts on her cozy pajamas and brushes her teeth once again. She climbs into bed and pulls the covers up to her chin. She closes her eyes and drifts off into a peaceful sleep, ready to wake up and start a new day tomorrow. And so, Sarah's daily routine comes to an end. From waking up in the morning to going to school and finally resting at night, Sarah goes through her day with enthusiasm and a thirst for knowledge. It's important to have a routine and take care of oneself, just like Sarah does. By following a routine, we can make the most of each day and be ready for whatever comes our way. Every morning, my alarm clock goes off 7 o'clock. I open my eyes, stretch my body, and slowly get out of bed. It's time to start my day. First, I stumble to the bathroom to brush my teeth. I squeeze a small amount of toothpaste onto my toothbrush and scrub my teeth up and down, making sure to reach every corner. After rinsing my mouth with water, I feel refreshed and ready to continue my morning routine. Next, I head to the kitchen to make my breakfast. I pour some cereal into a bowl and add a splash of cold milk. I savor every bite while enjoying the quietness of the morning. After finishing my cereal, I wash the bowl and spoon and leave them to dry on the rack. Once my stomach is full, I grab my backpack and check that I have everything I need for the day. My books, pens, and notebook are neatly organized. I double-check to make sure I did not forget anything important. It is crucial to be prepared for a successful day. I put on my school uniform, a white shirt and navy blue pants. I straighten my hair and tie it into a neat ponytail. Looking into the mirror, I feel confident and ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. As I step outside my house, I take a deep breath and feel the fresh morning air fill my lungs. The sun is rising, casting a warm golden light on everything around me. I start walking towards the bus stop, located just a few minutes away from my house. While waiting for the bus, I strike up a conversation with a fellow student. We talk about our weekend plans and share funny stories from the previous day. It's nice to have someone to talk to in the morning, as it helps pass the time and makes the wait more enjoyable. The bus arrives right on time, and we quickly find empty seats. I put on my headphones and listen to some music, humming along quietly. The journey to school feels short as I lose myself in the melodies and lyrics. When we arrive at school, I join the other students outside the main entrance. We exchange greetings and walk together towards our respective classrooms. It's wonderful to see familiar faces in the crowd, as it creates a sense of belonging and community. In class, We greet our teacher and begin the day with a warm-up activity. We practice vocabulary and grammar, boosting our language skills. Our teacher uses different teaching methods to keep us engaged and motivated. She encourages us to participate actively, and we ask questions whenever we do not understand something. Learning English becomes a fun and interactive experience. During the break, my classmates and I head to the school cafeteria. We sit at a table together, chatting and laughing as we eat our snacks. It's nice to relax and unwind, even for just a short moment, before continuing with our studies. After a few more classes, the school day comes to an end. We pack our bags and say goodbye to our friends, eagerly waiting for another day of adventures tomorrow. I walk towards the bus stop, chatting with my friends about our plans for the evening. As the bus arrives, I find an empty seat and thank the bus driver as I board. I put on my headphones once again, enjoying the familiar tunes flowing through my ears. The bus ride back home feels cozy and comforting, a time for reflection and relaxation after a busy day. Finally, I reach my stop, and I wave goodbye to the bus driver before stepping off the bus. I stroll back home, feeling content and fulfilled. I know that tomorrow will bring new opportunities and experiences, and I am excited to embrace them. Back home, I take off my school uniform and change into comfortable clothes. I unwind by reading a book or watching a TV show, allowing myself to relax and rejuvenate. The day comes to a close as I crawl into bed, ready to sleep and dream about the adventures that await me in the morning. As I close my eyes, I take a moment to appreciate the beauty of life and the joy that each day brings. It's not just about waking up, it's about embracing the opportunities that come our way. Each day is a chance to learn, grow, and make the most out of life. So, when the alarm clock rings tomorrow, I will wake up with enthusiasm and a smile, ready to seize the day. My daily routine may seem ordinary, but it is filled with moments of excitement, friendship, and learning. Every morning, I wake up, brush my teeth, have breakfast, and prepare for school. I enjoy the bus ride to school, engage in lively conversations with my classmates, and learn English with a dedicated teacher. The school day ends, and I return home to relax and prepare for the next adventure. Each day is a new opportunity to make the most out of life, and I am grateful for the routine that provides structure and purpose. So, fellow language learners, let us wake up with excitement and seize the day. A New Day in London, 1981. It was a crisp morning in the vibrant city of London. The year was 1981, and the city streets were filled with bustling commuters, eager to start their day. Amongst them was a young girl named Lucy, her hair neatly tucked under her woolen cap, and her eyes gazing in awe the grandeur of city. Lucy lived a small flat her mother on the outskirts the city. She would wake up the sound of birdsong and the distant bull of traffic. Today no different. As began to flood through Lucy slowly opened her eyes and stretched her arms above her head, ready to embrace the day ahead. Lucy's morning routine always began with a quick glance at the clock beside her bed. It read 6 o'clock, which meant it was time to start getting ready for school. Quickly hopped out of bed, pulled back curtains, and allowed the soft morning light to fill the room. London in the 1980s was a world of its own. The city was alive with vibrant colors and bustling energy. Lucy's small flat was located near a picturesque park, where tulips bloomed in the spring, and delicate leaves rustled in the gentle breeze. She could often hear the distant sound of the Thames River as it flowed gracefully through the heart of the city. After freshening up, Lucy made her way to the kitchen, where the smell of freshly brewed tea and toast wafted through the air. Her mother was already awake, preparing breakfast with a smile on her face. Lucy greeted her with a warm, "Good morning," before taking a seat at the table. As she indulged in warm toast and a steaming cup of tea, Lucy's mother told her stories about London's rich history and the adventures that awaited her. Lucy listened attentively, her eyes full of wonder as she imagined the grandeur of the Tower of London and the majesty of Buckingham Palace. With breakfast finished, Lucy donned her school uniform, a navy blue blazer, crisp white shirt, and pleated skirt, and packed her bag with textbooks and notebooks. She said her goodbyes to her mother and stepped out into the cool morning air, the bustling city stretching out before her. Navigating the streets of London was always an adventure for Lucy. She weaved through busy crowds, past red telephone booths and double-decker buses, absorbing the vibrant sights and sounds of the city. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the scent of flowers, creating a captivating tapestry for her senses. Arriving at school, Lucy was greeted by her classmates and teachers, ready for a day of learning and laughter. As the school bell rang, signaling the start of the lessons, Lucy took her seat and immersed herself in the fascinating world of language, numbers, and creativity. And so, in the heart of London, 1981, Lucy embarked on a daily routine filled with the promise of new knowledge and exciting adventures. Each day brought with it a new opportunity to explore, learn, and grow. Little did she know that this routine would shape her future in ways she could never have imagined. A day at school, Lucy settled into her seat, anticipation coursing through her veins as her teacher, Mrs. Johnson, prepared to start the day's lessons. The classroom buzzed with excitement and the air was filled with the eager chatter of her classmates. Mrs. Johnson, a kind and patient teacher, greeted each student with a warm smile before beginning the day's English lesson. The blackboard was adorned with colorful charts and words, beckoning the students to embark on their language journey. With eagerness, Mrs. Johnson introduced new vocabulary words and phrases, encouraging the students to repeat after her. Lucy listened intently, repeating the words with enthusiasm. She marveled at how quickly her classmates caught on, their voices filling the room with a cacophony of English phrases. As the lesson progressed, Lucy and her classmates engaged in interactive activities to practice their newfound language skills. They paired up, taking turns asking and answering questions, building their confidence and fluency. Laughter filled the room as they fumbled through pronunciations and celebrated small victories. After the English lesson, it was time for mathematics. Lucy's teacher, Mr. Anderson, led the class through various exercises, guiding them to solve equations and work with numbers. With every correct answer, Lucy's confidence grew, and she found herself embracing the challenge of mathematics. The school day continued with lessons in science, history, and art, each subject drawing Lucy deeper into a world of knowledge and creativity. She marveled at the mysteries of the natural world, explored ancient civilizations, and expressed her imagination through vibrant brushstrokes on canvas. During break time, Lucy and her friends relished in playful conversations, practicing their English and sharing stories of their families and dreams. This time of connection fueled their motivation to learn, and they returned to class with renewed energy, ready to absorb more knowledge. As the final bell rang, signifying the end of the school day, Lucy gathered her belongings and bid farewell to her teachers and friends. She walked out into the busy streets of London, the setting sun casting a warm glow upon the city. In her mind, Lucy replayed the lessons of the day, the new words and concepts swirling inside her. She couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment as she reflected on how far she had come since the beginning of her language learning journey. Lucy's routine continued as she made her way home, passing familiar landmarks and weaving through the crowded streets. She carried with her the memories of her day, eager to share her newfound knowledge with her mother and immerse herself in new adventures through books and music. As the day came to a close and Lucy settled back into the comfort of her small flat, she couldn't help but feel a surge of gratitude for the opportunities she had to learn and grow. Each day brought her one step closer to her dreams, and she was determined to make the most of every moment. With a heart full of excitement and a mind filled with curiosity, Lucy closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, knowing that tomorrow would bring another day of exploration, discovery, and the continuous awakening of her potential. Wake up. Description of the world around. Once upon a time, in enchanting land of France in the year 1900, there lived a young and spirited lady named Isabelle. She resided in a picturesque village nestled in the heart of Europe, where the majestic charm of nature was combined with the hustle and bustle of city life. This village, known as Bilot, was renowned for its vibrant marketplaces, cobblestone streets, and quaint little cottages adorned with colorful flowers. Isabelle woke up every morning to the sound of chirping birds and the sun peeking through her lace curtains. Her cozy little bedroom overlooked a mesmerizing garden filled with fragrant roses and blooming lavender. It was a serene haven where she found solace and inspiration in the beauty of nature. As the days grew longer and the sun rose higher in the sky, Isabelle's routine unfolded like a well-rehearsed symphony. Clutching her vibrant red shawl, she would embark on her daily walk through the charming streets of Bilot. The narrow lanes echoed with the sound of horse-drawn carriages and the bustling chatter of the villagers. Amid the lively atmosphere, Isabelle would often visit Monsieur Dupont's bakery, a quaint little establishment that filled the air with the warm aroma of freshly baked pastries. Monsieur Dupont was a jolly old man with a twinkle in his eyes and a great talent for creating mouth-watering delicacies. Isabelle always admired his skill and would often observe him shaping dough into the most intricate shapes in his cozy bakery. Teaching English at the local school was Isabelle's passion. Her students were a lively bunch, eager to learn and explore the fascinating world of language. She would stand at the front of the classroom, adorned in her pastel-colored dress, patiently guiding her students through the intricacies of grammar and vocabulary. During lunch breaks, Isabelle would take her students to the village park, a verdant oasis that offered respite from the hustle and bustle of the village. They would sit on the emerald green grass, listening to Isabelle's tales of faraway lands and magical creatures. It was in these moments that her students' eyes would sparkle with curiosity and wonder. As the sun began its descent, Isabelle would make her way back home, through the colorful marketplaces, where merchants proudly displayed their wares. The aromas of ripe fruits, exotic spices, and freshly brewed coffee filled the air, creating an irresistible temptation for passers-by. Upon reaching her cozy cottage, Isabelle would retire to her study, surrounded by shelves filled with books and scrolls. Here, in the quiet solitude of her sanctuary, she would devote her evenings to penning stories that captured her vivid imagination and heartfelt emotions. The flickering candlelight would dance across the room, casting intriguing shadows on the walls as her stories came to life on the pages. As the moon rose high in the sky, Isabelle would curl up in her comfy armchair, sipping herbal tea and losing herself in the melodies of her gramophone. The mellow tunes would transport her to a world where dreams became reality, where love conquered all. And so, each day, Isabelle's life glided by, like a beautiful symphony. The rhythm of her routine intertwined with the magic of Bilot, creating a tapestry of emotions, sights, and sounds that echoed through the corridors of time. Little did she know that the winds of change were about to blow into her life, altering the course of her destiny forever. To be continued. Encounter at twilight. As twilight painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Isabelle found herself drawn to the park once again. It was her favorite time of day, when the world softened, and the air hummed with an undeniable sense of possibility. On this particular evening, a gentle breeze lulled through the trees, caressing Isabelle's cheeks as she strolled along the familiar path. The sound of her footsteps mingled with the distant melody of an accordion, drawing her closer with an inexplicable magnetism. There, under the canopy of a graceful willow tree, a stranger sat, his fingers skillfully coaxing a hauntingly beautiful tune from the instrument. His eyes sparkled with a hint of mischief. His lips curved into a warm smile that sent a shiver of anticipation down Isabelle's spine. Intrigued by this musical enigma, Isabelle approached him, her heart pounding with a mixture of curiosity and nervousness. As if sensing her presence, the stranger looked up, his gaze meeting hers with an uncanny familiarity. "Good evening," he said in a soft, melodic tone, his accent tinged with a flavor of mystery. "Good evening," Isabel replied, her voice filled with a blend of fascination and timidity. "Your music is quite enchanting." He laughed, a sound that held the promise of hidden secrets and whispered desires. "Music has the power to transport us to another realm, doesn't it?" Isabel nodded, captivated by his words and the way he seemed to understand the unspoken depths of her soul. They sat in silence for a while, the melody of his accordion intertwining with the gentle rustling of leaves, creating a symphony of emotions that seemed to wrap around them like a warm embrace. As the last rays of the setting sun dipped below the horizon, casting a veil of darkness over the park, Isabel mustered the courage to speak again. "Who are you?" The stranger's eyes held a glimmer of mischief as he replied, "You may call me Etienne, for now." Etienne, the name danced on Isabel's lips, carrying with it a sense of wonder and possibilities. They spent hours talking, their conversations meandering through the labyrinth of dreams, aspirations, and shared experiences. With each passing moment, Isabel found herself drawn deeper into Etienne's world, a world filled with passion, adventure, and a boundless sense of love. The barriers of time and space seemed to blur, leaving only the essence of their connection. As the clock struck midnight, a bittersweet realization tugged at Isabel's heart. "I must go," she murmured, reluctantly rising from the grass. Etienne stood up as well, his eyes reflecting both sadness and a glimmer of hope. "Until we meet again, Isabel," he whispered, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 promises. With a final lingering glance, Isabel turned away, her heart dancing with the echoes of their encounter. Little did she know that Etienne would weave his way into her thoughts and dreams, becoming an indelible part of her daily routine, forever ingrained in the fabric of her waking hours. To be continued. It was a cold winter morning in France, 1900. The frost had covered the ground, turning the countryside into a glistening white wonderland. The sound of horse-drawn carriages echoed through the narrow streets of a small village, while smoke billowed from chimneys, signifying that the day had already begun for the locals. In one particular cozy cottage, nestled amidst the rolling hills, lived a young woman named Amélie. With her golden locks cascading down her shoulders, and her deep blue eyes sparkling with curiosity, Amélie was a true reflection of the beauty that surrounded her in the enchanting French countryside. As the sun began to rise, Amélie's alarm clock rang, awakening her from her peaceful slumber. She rubbed her sleepy eyes and yawned, stretching her arms wide, feeling the warmth of the cozy blankets enveloping her. It was time to start the day. Amélie hopped out of bed and tiptoed across the creaky wooden floorboards to open the curtains, flooding her room with the soft morning light. She took a deep breath, inhaling the crisp winter air, and marveled at the magnificent view as the sun rays kissed the snow-covered cobblestone streets below. After freshening up, Amélie made her way downstairs to the kitchen, where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the air. Her loving mother, Marie, was already preparing breakfast, humming a sweet tune while whisking eggs in a bowl. Amélie joined her mother, helping prepare a spread of warm croissants, butter, and homemade raspberry jam. Amélie and her mother enjoyed their breakfast together, exchanging stories and laughter, cherishing these precious moments before another busy day began. Her mother always emphasized the importance of hard work and education, encouraging Amélie to seize every opportunity and pursue her dreams. With breakfast finished, Amélie picked up her satchel, ready for another exciting day of learning at the village school. She walked briskly through the frosty air, savoring the tranquility that enveloped the village in the early hours. The stone buildings stood in silent elegance, telling tales of a rich history that Amélie yearned to know more about. Upon reaching the school, Amélie was greeted by her dear friend, Henri. With tousled brown hair and mischievous eyes, Henri was always full of energy and mischief. Together, they journeyed into the world of knowledge, their minds thirsty for new discoveries. Their teacher, Madame Dupont, a wise and patient woman, welcomed them into the classroom with a warm smile. The old wooden desks lined up neatly in rows, awaiting their eager young minds. Amélie and Henri absorbed every word, carefully writing notes and exchanging whispers of excitement, as they delved into the mysteries of literature, mathematics, and history. As the school day drew to a close, Amélie could hardly contain her curiosity. The world outside the classroom walls beckoned her, calling her to explore and unravel its secrets. She yearned to understand the wonders that lay beyond her small village, to embrace the ever-changing kaleidoscope of life. And so, Amélie eagerly anticipated the next chapter of her life, one that would take her on a journey through love, triumphs, and hardships. With her heart beating with anticipation, she closed her books for the day, ready to face whatever adventure lay ahead. Amélie's first encounter. As the school bell rang, signaling the end of the day, Amélie quickly gathered her books and bid farewell to her friends. The winter air was brisk and invigorating, causing her cheeks to flush with rosy hues as she made her way back home. Lost in her thoughts, Amélie strolled through the quaint village, admiring the charming houses and the flickering gas lamps that lined the streets. The snow beneath her feet created a soft crunching sound, adding to the picturesque scene that surrounded her. Suddenly, a gust of wind whipped through the narrow alleyway, causing Amélie to pull her coat tighter around her. As she turned a corner, she stumbled upon a young man at the market square. His tousled dark hair and eyes as deep as the ocean made her heart skip a beat. "Excuse me," Amélie said shyly, her cheeks turning a shade of pink. "I didn't mean to bump into you." The young man smiled warmly. "No worries, mademoiselle. It was my fault. Really. I was lost in my thoughts." Amélie couldn't help but find his voice captivating, as if it held the promise of countless stories waiting to be told. They stayed there, amidst the hustle and bustle of the market square, engaged in a conversation that felt like a dance, their words swirling around each other. His name was Luc, a passionate artist who traveled from Paris to capture the beauty of the French countryside on his canvas. Amélie was captivated by his stories of far-off lands and exotic cultures, as well as his unwavering love for the arts. As the day turned into dusk, Amélie and Luc found themselves wandering the narrow streets, sharing moments of laughter and joy. They marveled at the ornate architecture of the village church and the ancient cobblestone pathways that whispered tales of history. With each passing moment, Amélie felt a connection growing between them, a magnetic pull that went beyond mere words. She found solace in Luc's presence, as if they had known each other in a previous life. As they passed by a park, Luc paused and reached out for Amélie's hand. "Amélie, I feel as though I've met you before, perhaps in a dream or another time." Amélie's heart raced with both excitement and uncertainty. She couldn't deny the electric current that flowed between them, yet she was torn between the familiar and the unknown. With a gentle smile, she replied, "Luc, I sense it too. It's as if our souls have been intertwined since the beginning of time." In that moment, darkness gave way to a glimmer of hope, as their hearts awakened to the possibilities that lay ahead. Amélie and Luc shared an unforgettable embrace under the moonlit sky, their souls merging in a dance of two hearts discovering love for the very first time. As the stars twinkled above them, they realized that their encounter was no coincidence. It was a wake-up call, a signal that life's great adventures awaited them, hand in hand. And so, Amélie and Luc embarked on a journey that would forever change their lives, weaving a tale of love, passion, and overcoming the challenges that stood in their way. Their hearts beat as one in an intricate tapestry, destined to create a love story for the ages. It was a cold winter morning in France, 1900. The frost had covered the ground, turning the countryside into a glistening white wonderland. The sound of horse-drawn carriages echoed through the narrow streets of a small village, while smoke billowed from chimneys, signifying that the day had already begun for the locals. In one particular cozy cottage, nestled amidst the rolling hills, lived a young woman named Amélie. With her golden locks cascading down her shoulders, and her deep blue eyes sparkling with curiosity, Amélie was a true reflection of the beauty that surrounded her in the enchanting French countryside. As the sun began to rise, Amélie's alarm clock rang, awakening her from her peaceful slumber. She rubbed her sleepy eyes and yawned, stretching her arms wide, feeling the warmth of the cozy blankets enveloping her. It was time to start the day. Amélie hopped out of bed and tiptoed across the creaky wooden floorboards to open the curtains, flooding her room with the soft morning light. She took a deep breath, inhaling the crisp winter air, and marveled at the magnificent view as the sun rays kissed the snow-covered cobblestone streets below. After freshening up, Amélie made her way downstairs to the kitchen, where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the air. Her loving mother, Marie, was already preparing breakfast, humming a sweet tune while whisking eggs in a bowl. Amélie joined her mother, helping prepare a spread of warm croissants, butter, and homemade raspberry jam. Amélie and her mother enjoyed their breakfast together, exchanging stories and laughter, cherishing these precious moments before another busy day began. Her mother always emphasized the importance of hard work and education, encouraging Amélie to seize every opportunity and pursue her dreams. With breakfast finished, Amélie picked up her satchel, ready for another exciting day of learning at the village school. She walked briskly through the frosty air, savoring the tranquility that enveloped the village in the early hours. The stone buildings stood in silent elegance, telling tales of a rich history that Amélie yearned to know more about. Upon reaching the school, Amélie was greeted by her dear friend, Henri. With tousled brown hair and mischievous eyes, Henri was always full of energy and mischief. Together, they journeyed into the world of knowledge, their minds thirsty for new discoveries. Their teacher, Madame Dupont, a wise and patient woman, welcomed them into the classroom with a warm smile. The old wooden desks lined up neatly in rows, awaiting their eager young minds. Amélie and Henri absorbed every word, carefully writing notes and exchanging whispers of excitement, as they delved into the mysteries of literature, mathematics, and history. As the school day drew to a close, Amélie could hardly contain her curiosity. The world outside the classroom walls beckoned her, calling her to explore and unravel its secrets. She yearned to understand the wonders that lay beyond her small village, to embrace the ever-changing kaleidoscope of life. And so, Amélie eagerly anticipated the next chapter of her life, one that would take her on a journey through love, triumphs, and hardships. With her heart beating with anticipation, she closed her books for the day, ready to face whatever adventure lay ahead. Amélie's first encounter. As the school bell rang, signaling the end of the day, Amélie quickly gathered her books and bid farewell to her friends. The winter air was brisk and invigorating, causing her cheeks to flush with rosy hues as she made her way back home. Lost in her thoughts, Amélie strolled through the quaint village, admiring the charming houses and the flickering gas lamps that lined the streets. The snow beneath her feet created a soft crunching sound, adding to the picturesque scene that surrounded her. Suddenly, a gust of wind whipped through the narrow alleyway, causing Amélie to pull her coat tighter around her. As she turned a corner, she stumbled upon a young man at the market square. His tousled dark hair and eyes as deep as the ocean made her heart skip a beat. "Excuse me," Amélie said shyly, her cheeks turning a shade of pink. "I didn't mean to bump into you." The young man smiled warmly. "No worries, mademoiselle. It was my fault. Really. I was lost in my thoughts." Amélie couldn't help but find his voice captivating, as if it held the promise of countless stories waiting to be told. They stayed there, amidst the hustle and bustle of the market square, engaged in a conversation that felt like a dance, their words swirling around each other. His name was Luc, a passionate artist who traveled from Paris to capture the beauty of the French countryside on his canvas. Amélie was captivated by his stories of far-off lands and exotic cultures, as well as his unwavering love for the arts. As the day turned into dusk, Amélie and Luc found themselves wandering the narrow streets, sharing moments of laughter and joy. They marveled at the ornate architecture of the village church and the ancient cobblestone pathways that whispered tales of history. With each passing moment, Amélie felt a connection growing between them, a magnetic pull that went beyond mere words. She found solace in Luc's presence, as if they had known each other in a previous life. As they passed by a park, Luc paused and reached out for Amélie's hand. "Amélie, I feel as though I've met you before, perhaps in a dream or another time." Amélie's heart raced with both excitement and uncertainty. She couldn't deny the electric current that flowed between them, yet she was torn between the familiar and the unknown. With a gentle smile, she replied, "Luc, I sense it too. It's as if our souls have been intertwined since the beginning of time." In that moment, darkness gave way to a glimmer of hope, as their hearts awakened to the possibilities that lay ahead. Amélie and Luc shared an unforgettable embrace under the moonlit sky, their souls merging in a dance of two hearts discovering love for the very first time. As the stars twinkled above them, they realized that their encounter was no coincidence. It was a wake-up call, a signal that life's great adventures awaited them, hand in hand. And so, Amélie and Luc embarked on a journey that would forever change their lives, weaving a tale of love, passion, and overcoming the challenges that stood in their way. Their hearts beat as one in an intricate tapestry, destined to create a love story for the ages. Once upon a time, in the beautiful country of France, in the year of 1920, there existed a quaint little village called Château Blanc. Nestled in the heart of Europe, this picturesque village was surrounded by lush green meadows, blossoming fields, and colorful flowers that dotted the landscape. The azure blue sky stretched endlessly above, welcoming the warm rays of the golden sun. In this serene village lived our protagonist, Juliette Dupont. Juliette was a young and vibrant woman with flowing auburn hair, sparkling blue eyes, and a spirit that could light up even the darkest of days. She resided in a rustic cottage at the edge of the village, a place filled with love and warmth. As the rooster crowed, announcing the arrival of a new day, Juliette would wake up to the gentle breeze whispering through her window. The sunlight streamed in, casting a soft glow upon her room, and she would stretch her arms, eager to embrace the adventures that awaited her. The first thing Juliette did every morning was send her gratitude out to the universe. She believed in the power of positive affirmations and knew that by expressing gratitude, she could attract more joy and blessings into her life. With a heart full of thankfulness, she would jump out of bed, ready to take on the world. Heading to her cozy kitchen, Juliette would brew a steaming cup of coffee, its rich aroma filling the air. She loved the taste of freshly brewed coffee, its warmth awakening her senses and infusing her with energy for the day ahead. She would savor each sip, appreciating the little moments of tranquility before the world came alive. As the time ticked away, Juliette would glance at the clock on the wall, making sure she stayed on schedule. She had a job at the local bookstore, a haven of knowledge and stories waiting to be discovered. Books were her companions, transporting her to different worlds, teaching her new lessons, and igniting her imagination. With a quick goodbye to her beloved cottage, Juliette would make her way to the bookstore, her heart filled with anticipation. The village streets bustled with life, as villagers greeted each other with warm smiles and kind words. The aroma of freshly baked baguettes and fragrant pastries wafted through the air, tickling her nose and making her stomach grumble. Upon reaching the bookstore, Juliet would enter a realm of wonders. Shelves lined with books of various sizes and colors adorned the walls, inviting readers to lose themselves in their stories. Juliet's love for literature grew with each passing day, and she cherished the opportunity to share her passion with others, helping them find their next great adventure. Throughout the day, Juliet would greet the villagers who visited the bookstore, providing recommendations and engaging in conversations about their favorite books. She enjoyed the sense of connection that books brought, bridging the gap between people from all walks of life. As the sun started to set, painting the sky with vibrant hues of orange and pink, Juliet would bid farewell to the bookstore and head back to her cottage. Walking through the enchanting streets of Chateau Blanc, she would admire the beautifully lit houses and the twinkling lights that adorned the village square. Arriving home, Juliet would prepare a delicious meal, savoring the flavors and relishing in the simple joy of nourishing her body. As darkness blanketed the village, she would spend her evenings indulging in her favorite books, losing herself in tales of love, adventure, and mystery. At the end of each day, as Juliet drifted off to sleep, she would feel content and fulfilled. The peacefulness of the village and the love she found in books reminded her that life was a collection of precious moments, and cherishing each one was the key to a life well lived. Little did she know that the routine of her daily life was about to be shaken up, as a new chapter of adventure and love was waiting just around the corner. One evening, as Juliet turned the page of her cherished book, engrossed in a captivating romance, a soft knock echoed at her cottage door. Startled, she set her book aside and cautiously made her way to answer the door. To her surprise, standing before her was a handsome stranger, tall and mysterious, with piercing green eyes that held a hint of mischief. "Bonjour, mademoiselle," the stranger said with a charming smile. "My name is Gabriel, and I couldn't help but your enchanting cottage from across the village." Juliet's heart skipped a beat as a rush of excitement coursed through her veins. There was something about this stranger that stirred her curiosity and piqued her interest. "Bonjour, Gabriel," she replied, her voice tinged with both surprise and curiosity. "What brings you to Chateau Blanc?" Gabriel's eyes sparkled as he explained that he had recently moved to the village and was seeking a sense of enchantment in his life. He had heard whispers of the magical beauty that resided within the village, and Juliet's cottage had captivated his attention. Intrigued by his adventurous spirit, Juliet invited him inside, eager to learn more about this mysterious newcomer. As they sat by the crackling fireplace, sipping warm tea, they exchanged stories and dreams, their laughter filling the room. The more Juliet got to know Gabriel, the deeper her attraction grew. They shared similar interests, from their love for books to their appreciation for nature's beauty. They laughed, they shared, and they discovered a profound connection in each other's presence. Days turned into weeks, and Juliet found herself falling in love with Gabriel, cherishing every stolen glance and stolen kiss. Their love blossomed like the vibrant flowers that adorned the fields of Chateau Blanc, filling their hearts with joy and tenderness. Amidst their blossoming romance, Juliet and Gabriel embarked on many adventures together. They would stroll hand in hand along the meandering paths, exploring the hidden nooks and crannies of the village. They would row a little boat on the serene lake, the water shimmering beneath the golden sun. And on clear nights, they would lie on a blanket, gazing up at the stars, whispering sweet promises to each other. With each passing day, Gabriel shared his dreams of traveling the world, capturing its beauty through his lens. Juliet, ever supportive, encouraged Gabriel to follow his passion, knowing that true love meant supporting each other's dreams. As the seasons changed, bringing vibrant colors to the landscape, Gabriel revealed that he had been offered an opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to showcase his photography in Paris, the City of Lights. He expressed uncertainty about leaving their idyllic village and Juliet, his heart torn between love and ambition. Understanding the magnitude of Gabriel's opportunity, Juliet urged him to seize the moment, assuring him that their love could withstand any distance. With a heavy heart and tears glistening in her eyes, Juliet bid farewell to Gabriel, knowing that their love would endure the test of time. As Gabriel embarked on his journey to Paris, Juliet immersed herself in her books, seeking solace in their stories of enduring love and unbreakable bonds. She eagerly awaited his return, her heart filled with hope, longing for the day they would be reunited and their love could flourish once more. Little did Juliet know that their love story was just beginning, and the challenges they faced would only strengthen the bond between them. Fate had intervened, but destiny had plans to reunite their hearts in the most unexpected and beautiful way. Wake up. Once upon a time, in a small town called Springville, there lived a girl named Sarah. Sarah was an ordinary high school student who had a very busy daily routine. Let me take you through a typical day in Sarah's life. Every morning, Sarah's alarm clock would go off at 6:30 a.m. She would lazily press the snooze button a few times before finally waking up. As she stretched her arms and rubbed her sleepy eyes, she would think about all the things she had to that day. First things first, Sarah would head straight to the bathroom to brush her teeth and wash her face. She would then take a quick shower to wake herself up completely. After getting dressed in her favorite jeans and a cozy sweater, she would head downstairs to the kitchen for breakfast. In the kitchen, Sarah's mom would always have a healthy and delicious meal waiting for her. Some days it would be scrambled eggs with toast. Other days it could be a bowl of cereal with fresh fruit. Sarah would savor every bite of her breakfast while chatting with her mom about upcoming events and school projects. With her tummy full, it was time for Sarah to grab her backpack and head to school. She would kiss her mom goodbye and walk to the bus stop with her best friend, Lucy. Together, they would talk and laugh, making the morning walk to the bus stop much more enjoyable. As the school bus arrived, Sarah and Lucy would hop on and find seats next to each other. During the bus ride, they would go over their homework or discuss the latest episode of their favorite TV show. The bus ride seemed to fly by, and before they knew it, they had arrived at school. Once inside the school building, Sarah would make her way to her locker to grab her books for the day. She would take a quick glance at her schedule to remind herself of her classes. First period was English, where she would learn new words and practice her writing skills. Then came math, followed by science and history. During lunchtime, Sarah would meet up with her friends in the school cafeteria. They would sit together and chat about their day so far. Sarah would usually bring a packed lunch from home, which consisted of a sandwich, some fruit, and a bottle of water. After lunch, it was time for more classes. Sarah's favorite class was art, where she could express her creativity. She would spend hours drawing, painting, or sculpting. Being in the art room made her feel relaxed and happy. Finally, the last class of the day would come to an end. Sarah would pack up her things and head to the school bus for the ride back home. On the bus, she would take out her headphones and listen to her favorite music, enjoying the peaceful ride back to her neighborhood. Once Sarah arrived home, she would change into her comfy clothes and sit down at her desk to do her homework. She would concentrate and work hard to complete all her assignments before dinner. In the evening, Sarah would spend time with her family. They would have dinner together, sharing stories about their day and laughing together. After dinner, Sarah would relax by reading a book or watching a movie. As the day came to an end, Sarah would go to bed knowing that she had accomplished a lot and made the most of her day. She would set her alarm for the next morning and look forward to another day filled with new adventures and learning opportunities. And so, this is the daily routine of Sarah, a young girl in Springville. Her days were filled with waking up early, going to school, spending time with friends, and enjoying time with her family. Sarah's routine may seem busy, but she always made sure to find moments of joy and relaxation throughout the day. So, wake up and seize the day, just like Sarah.